So we have the all posts page now. Now I want to start wiring up those pages. And for this, we need to add a couple of URLs, a couple of links. For example, in base HTML, we have our main navigation. And as I said, when we click the title, I want to be taken back to my starting page. Therefore, we can construct a link here to my starting page URL. And we can do this, as you learned, with the URL tag, like this. Here, we could then simply point at starting-page, which is the name of that URL, the name I assigned here, point at that, and if I save that and reload, if I click on max block, I'm taken back to the starting page. For all posts, I will also use the URL tag, and here we want to navigate to the posts page. So that's the name we assigned to this path, and therefore that's the name we also want to use here now, posts-page. If we save this now, this link should also work. If I reload, clicking on all posts should take us to the all posts page. Clicking here takes us back. So this navigation works now. I also want to wire up these post previews, even though we don't have the page for them yet, but we know that when a post preview is clicked, we want to go to the full post article page, and we already did define a path for that. We have this path here with a name of post detail page. We don't have the view logic for that yet, but we have the path. Therefore, we can wire this up and we can go to the post HTML file, so to that post snippet, that post include, and set this link here. And set this to URL post-detail-page, which is that name we defined here in URLs py. That's the name I'm referring to here, and therefore that's the name we want to specify here. But there is one important thing here, one thing you must not forget. This is not the full path, or this is not enough to construct this path. Because unlike the other two paths, to the starting page and to the all posts page, the post detail page has a dynamic segment. It has this slug, this unique human and machine readable identifier. And therefore, we want to add a value for that slug. Now soon we'll have a value which we get from our view. For the moment, I'll hard code a value here, and I'll just add a string value here where I say --mountains. And you learned that you can add your dynamic segment values here in order or as keyword arguments if you preferred this, but I'll just go by position and add one argument here for creating that URL, and therefore this value will be taken for constructing a path that leads to this path here, or for constructing a URL that leads to this view using this path. And this slug value will be replaced with this concrete value here. So now if we save that and we reload our starting page, here, if I now click on mountain hiking, of course, this doesn't work because the view logic is missing, but you see that the URL is now posts/the-mountains. So this is correct. But with that, it's now time to also add this detail page and make sure we can go to this detail view here. And then thereafter, as a last step, and as an important step, of course, we want to add some data in our views instead of using that hard-coded data here in the templates.